is El Goblino.
Aww.
A little goofball who actually almost killed you. How would you react if I told you that El Goblino was the one who trapped Figure in the library? Let me explain. I'm new to theorising, to say the least, and I could never beat MatPat, so take this with a grain of salt. And why bother making my own theories when I could just take other people's? In the Dolls wiki at fandom.com, Indy the Grinder made some interesting theories about Dolls 60 to 70, and if you're wondering why I'm starting from there, I'm establishing the tiniest things, then working out from there, so this explains why there are claw marks and broken sections in Dolls 60 to 70. Now, the first one we're looking at is an entity from rooms escaping and tearing up the place. This may be possible as we don't know the lock to rooms was always there, but unlikely. You see, it's claw marks and the rooms entities don't have hands. You could argue that A90 uses stop sign, but they only come at door 90, same for the rest, as none of them could have exited that way because they're stuck to a specific door plus. Which, hold on, what if they went through door A1000? Well, no. You see, when you leave door A1000, you go to door 70, unless they backtrack to know that theory is disproven. 2. This one states Figure followed the player after escaping the library, tearing up the place, and sure, this may be the most correct one, but it's still kind of disproven by the fact that Guiding Light sort of closed the door on Figure, plus we never see him after that, and unless he dug through the walls to get us, it's kinda untrue. Now the third is an easily disproven one, that El Goblino was scavenging for money to buy food from Jeff. Now this seems plausible, but El Goblino is tiny and couldn't make a big tear in the walls as we see there. And there seems to be figure eggs, so I don't think that's correct. Now the fourth is that it was Curious Light. And sure, all the light can change things, but I feel like Curious Light has nothing to gain from that, so I don't think so. Another is that Bob's search for food failed and he starved on that chair, but yeah, unless I find video evidence for it, I don't think that would be true and I don't really understand where it's coming from. Anyway, let's establish what we just learned. Number 1, terribly unlikely. Number 2, maybe, but a few things changed. Number 3, false. Number 4, terribly unlikely. And number 5, yeah, I don't know. Now, I figured, get it? Figured, yeah, I do not have these jokes figured out. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I figured you wouldn't like that. Anyway, enough of these terrible puns. We have some lore to undig. Now, in El Goblino's voice lines, we can see some pretty interesting stuff, that he's aware what rooms is, possibly him being there before, and he's aware what figure is, along with Guiding Light, as he said something about a macho meat dude, which I believe to be Figure, and further evidence is the fact he said he used a crucifix on him and it turned red. That's a thing only Figure and Seek can do, and I don't think Seek is a macho meat dude. Now, entities do seem to be hostile to other entities as Rush attacks Eyes, so it's not completely out of the question for Figure to brutally murder entities. Now, if El Goblino crucified Figure, then he would get a bit angry, so obviously he'd chase El Goblino to the dark void of endless space. But then, how would he survive? Well, El Goblino seems to know who Guiding Light is because of the voice line where he hints about Curious Light, saying one of those sparkly thingies, but it wasn't blue. So he would be aware of a sparkly thingy that was blue. So this can solve why he survived. Guiding Light protected El Goblino as they protected us from Figure. So Figure roamed the halls for a while, laying eggs and just being a dude. And Here is where I guess until I find evidence suggesting otherwise. El Goblino, being one of the smartest entities, trapped Figure in his library under lock and key. And if you're wondering how did Figure get to electrical anyway, well, it's a different Figure, as we saw Figures reproduce, so it's not completely out of the question that they're different Figures. Anyway, at the end of the day, I'm spitting straight nonsense. So thanks for watching and subscribe for future theories.